You probably remember this chart. It displays how self-talk, or your programming, is at the core of our actions. You'll also notice that our self-talk directly impacts our beliefs. What we tell ourselves over and over again becomes what we believe to be true. In this lesson, we are going to try to identify some of the most dangerous types of negative self-talk that greatly impacts our beliefs. And we'll also engage in an activity to identify some of your prominent current beliefs you would like to change, and then how you can actually change them. You'll need to print off the attached beliefs PDF to use as you go. But first we'll take a look at some of the types of dangerous self-talk. The first one is focusing on the past or future. An example of this would be, this team beat us last time, and here we go again. Or, if I can win my next match, I can advance. In both those examples, we're either focusing on the past or the future. Another type of dangerous self-talk is focusing on weaknesses during competition. An example of that might be, I hope I don't have to beat pressure with my weak hand. Another dangerous self-talk type is focusing on the outcome. Thinking something like, everyone expects me to win. The next dangerous type of self-talk is focusing on uncontrollable factors. For example, the weather is definitely not going to help my game today, or we have that official again, he hates us. Both those things are uncontrollable. And a last example of dangerous self-talk is focusing on being perfect. Just having the mindset saying to yourself, I can't make any mistakes. So what should we focus on to enhance our beliefs? It actually is just taking all those dangerous self-talk statements and flipping them to the other side. First, instead of focusing on the past or the future, we need to play present. And a friend of mine, Alan Stein, always says, be where your feet are. So be at the present moment. Don't live in the past, don't live in the future. Play present. A second area of focus should be on our strengths rather than weaknesses. What can you do well that'll help you in the current moment? Another is focusing on controllables. Things like effort, your actual focus, and your attitude are all things that you can control. And a last example would be focusing on your next play speed. Because sport is not perfect. Mistakes are going to happen. As much as we want to play perfect, it seems like the more we chase perfection, the further we get from it. So the key is how fast you can move to the next play, the next shot, or next challenge without dwelling on the mistake that you made or maybe your team made. So if you focus on playing present, your strengths, the controllables, and your next play speed, all that will help enhance your beliefs. Now let's take a look at the Building Beliefs PDF and get to work. See at the top of the PDF, your task is to fill in 1 to 2 beliefs you'd like to change about yourself involving sports, and 1 to 2 beliefs you'd like to change about yourself involving your life. As an example, I've chosen the sport of basketball. One belief that this player wants to change about himself is that officials are out to get him, and a second belief is that he's too slow. In life, he wants to change the belief about himself that he always wastes his money, always spends his money. And the second belief he'd like to change is that he always gets very angry easily. The next step is to move down the page and fill in a couple challenges that occur within your current beliefs. The challenge for the belief that the officials are out to get me is that this person gets upset easily and hurts my game. That's his challenge. In addressing the belief that he's too slow to be good, the challenge is he has trouble on defense because he often guards players quicker than him. The challenge within the belief about him spending all his money is that whenever he gets money, he spends it right away because he gets really excited. And his challenge within his belief that he gets angry easily is that his temper gets the best of him in many situations, even with little annoying stuff. Now that you've identified some beliefs and some challenges, your next task is to create some new reprogramming statements. You've been practicing a bit taking negative self-talk statements and turning them into positive self-talk statements or reprogram statements. So basically you're using the same techniques here, but based on specific beliefs you have about yourself in sport and in life. Here you can see the new reprogramming statement samples. I always move on quickly after bad calls. My next play speed is awesome. And I always play smart on defense and adjust to the speed of my opponent. In the life statement area, I always pause and plan before I spend money. And I'm great at remaining calm in tough situations. This next step is the most important. You need to make sure you copy your sport and life statements 2 times. So you have 2 places throughout the day that you can see these statements multiple times and repeat them to yourself aloud or in your head. Now, as you noticed, you can also make an audio recording of these statements and listen to them as much as possible. But at the very least, make sure you copy your statements, cut that sheet in half, and keep it somewhere where you can see it at least 3 times per day. View and say these statements at least 3 times a day for 21 days, and you'll see amazing results in your self-talk and your beliefs.